I'm Aaron Waugh, NLP and Mind Skills Trainer. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of how the brain works, called multi-tracking, or the attention to detail for some things. I've recently been listening to a book called Mind Rules by John Medina, and he states in that book that we simply can't multitask, independent of what everyone may think. Everyone says they can multitask, but really what happens is the brain switches tasks based on what we want it to perform at that particular moment in time, and it can take large fractions of a second to actually switch between what we're doing and what we're not. Have you ever had your partner tell you something important and you didn't remember for the life of you that she'd said it or he'd said it? Oh, Mum is coming for Christmas. This was a month down the track. A week out. Oh, do you remember Mum's coming for Christmas? It's like, heck no. Why didn't you tell me? It's like, well, they probably did. But if you were multi-tracking at the time, your switch of the attention may have actually missed and the memory may not have been stored. So you didn't even know it happened. This is reminiscent of, every situation and every day. People can tell you things and you can't even remember what they may have actually told you. This comes down to other factors at work as well. Do you constantly get disturbed at work and wonder what the heck you did all day? It's because your brain has been switching so frequently with all of the disturbances that you find it difficult to actually go back to what you were originally tasked to do for the day. In some environments, they have, like recently I've been dealing with some incidents. Now, what happens when we have an incident at work is we all go into what they call a war room. Now, what this does is actually takes you away from your desk, puts everyone in the same room, so you can actually think about the same thing while you're have removed the distractions. This is really useful if you want to problem solve. Find a quiet space, away from everything, away from the distractions, no computer screens, no radio, no nothing, and just think about what you need to do. The mind is a muscle, and in order to train your mind to focus, you need to try and do this to help you focus and actually keep your attention on one thing. The aspects of being able to do this and train your mind can come down to several different elements. One is your environment. On certain days of the week, I like to work from home. Now, I have the ability to do that, and some of you may or may not, or at least find quiet time at home to think about things and maybe write them down if you need to use them for work. Don't have any mobile phones or devices near you, messaging, things like that, when you're trying to think about or focus on one particular item. It is not going to work. If you need to have those distractions in your life, and a lot of young people use social media and messaging and things like that, plan it into your day. Focus on what you need to do and then spend 15 minutes maybe every hour or however it occurs to you to actually then go and do those things. Respond to your girlfriend or boyfriend, text your mother to say you'll be home late, or whatever you need to do, or post something up on Twitter or Facebook. Stick to the one thing that you're doing and focus on that for the set amount of time that you need in order to actually perform that task. You'll find that with the less interruptions, you'll actually get your things done more quickly, with more focus, and hopefully a better outcome. I had a friend years ago who had implemented a strategy like this, and I often wondered why, and I guess today I now know. And what he used to do is he had meetings most of the day, but he would actually block out areas of his calendar and his time at work to actually specifically respond to messages or emails, and it was the same time every day, so everyone always knew what was actually when he was going to respond. Now that's a key to driving different behaviours, because if you're at work or even at home and you're distracted constantly, sometimes you actually want to be able to focus and go, all right, I'll actually talk to you at 4 p.m. or I'll talk to you when I've completed this task. And that can help you actually stay focused on what you need to do without having to constantly multi-track with interruptions and create all of those brain changing states that occur when you have to change your mind all of a sudden. One of the key things would be to also focus your anchor your focus. If you have one thing on your computer screen or in front of you, whether it be a book or a pad, depending on what you're doing, then focus purely on that. Having all of those other distractions with multiple screens, pop-ups, web browsers, messages, all those sorts of things can take away from what you're actually trying to achieve. The brain can focus heavily on something, but it also needs multiple inputs. It's been proven that music of particular varieties actually help you focus more as well. Personally, I like to listen to Vivaldi or Dire Straits, something about stringed instruments that actually helps me concentrate better. And I find I do that a lot. My output is a lot better listening to the music while I'm focusing. I think that's about it for today. And just remember that keep a focus on what you're doing, reduce the inputs as much as you can, or the changes in state and your brain function. And if you need any further information, feel free to message us or put a comment up on our webpage www.mindskillsmastery.com, and we look forward to helping you. Thanks.